All right, there we go. What up, what up, what up, everybody that's already here? I will be getting the stream going in a minute. Trying to get this thing up and running. Let me see here. Almost ready. Almost ready. There we go. Hold up. Yeah, that's good to go. And let me come over here. There we go. All right, yeah. So what's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Options Boss, sliding up on y'all. Hope all is good. Definitely going to check out some charts today. If you are new here, good morning, Pam. Good afternoon, Pam, should I say? And good afternoon, Bud Law. Welcome in. Glad y'all rocking with me today. Uh, if you're new here, I don't know how many people I got in yet. Let me see. I can't even see it on the screen. If you are new here, all you got to do is just drop any comments, any charts that you may be interested in me charting. I will chart those stocks for you. If you got any questions about the stock market or stocks in general, you can drop the question. And if you don't got any questions, you can just follow along, learn, take notes, ask questions about why we charting, what we charting, and how we charting, what we charting, things of that nature. So that's pretty much where we at with it. That being the case, Pam left a couple of stocks to start us with. So we're going to start off with these stocks that Pam dropped, and then we'll move on from there. So let's get going. She wants to check out SPY, and coincidentally enough, so do I. So let's get to it. All right, pulling up SPY. I'm assuming y'all see my John. Yeah, look like y'all should see my John just fine. Pulling up SPY. We had a crazy week on SPY. Looking at the chart right here, you'll see this last day, Friday, we had an inside day. And if you're not familiar with an inside day just basically means the high is not higher than the candle before, and a low is not lower than the candle before. So basically, that candle is inside the previous candle, which is what we saw right there on SPY. Now, SPY is actually in no man's land. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But this candle right here opened at 412.47. It got as high as 414.04. It got as low as 409.51, and it closed at 410.54. So it closed lower than it opened. It closed towards the bottom, you could say. Now, the reason why I say we're in that in-between area on SPY is because right here is super duper choppy. So we had SPY, if you look at, towards the end of last week and into last week, we kind of sort of look like we bottomed a bit and we gapped up. I shouldn't want to say gapped up, but we ran up a bit. And then once we got up here, we started consolidating. And by consolidating, what I mean, let's just get in a little bit. What I mean is you weren't going much higher than the highs, and you were not going much lower than the lows. Um, so that's pretty much what we were doing there. We weren't going much higher, we weren't going much lower. All right, I see I got some people in. Wait a minute. This is my old pre-market. I'm tripping. All right, there we go. Now I got rid of all that stuff. Hold on. You can't see? All right, let me redo this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Why can't y'all see? Can you see now? What the heck is going on? I thought I got rid of these technical difficulties. Can y'all see now? Pam, you might as well text me here. Don't text me on WhatsApp. I'm not going to see the WhatsApp. Uh, what the heck is going on? Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can come here. All right, what y'all got going on? Still no? I don't understand what's going on. Why is it not popping up? Give me a second. Let me see if I can figure this out. Um, Let me see here. Window capture. That's what I want. And that's what I want. So we should be good. I'm not sure why we not locked in. What about now? Can y'all see now? All right, what about now? There we go. All right. So I figured it out. That was my own slowness, but I had some quick story before I get into the spot chart. I'm gonna run back into the spot chart. But I had a Walmart food delivery that came, right? So I asked Monica to get it, which I never do. I always carry the bags, I always carry the heavy stuff. Uh let me go over here to the charts. Boom. I assume you see this chart now, right? Somebody let me know you see that chart. Let me know, let me know, let me know. I got this spot chart up right here. Somebody tell me if you can see that spot chart, and then I will tell you the funny story before we get to the chart. There we go. All right, y'all can see the chart. So now, here go the funny story to y'all. And I apologize to the 8 of y'all that was here early, and I'm explaining SPY, and SPY wasn't up. But check it out. I had a Walmart delivery, right? And I usually always carry the bags in the house, man in the house. I'm old school, whatever. I asked Monica to get the bag so I could start the video, the Walmart delivery. Monica went downstairs. Monica couldn't get the stuff, so I had to run downstairs, help Monica with the bags, come back upstairs. Baby was crying in the background, and then try to start the video on time. So that's what slowed me down. So I rushed to start the video, and as I rushed to start the video, I didn't start it 100%, if that makes sense. I started it like 90% to where I'm live and y'all hear me, but y'all don't see what I'm looking at. So that's my story. That's my delay for today. Apologies for that. And now hopefully y'all ready to dive into this spot chart. That was funny. All right, now with the SPY, you see this candle right here. So like I was saying, this red candle was the inside candle from Friday. And essentially what that meant is it had a lower high than Thursday and it had a higher low than Thursday. Now, what I was saying was we gapped up, not gapped up, we moved up from late last week, late the week before into last week. You'll see these candles right here. If I can zoom in, you see this kind of, we hit our bottom and then we kind of move up meticulously. And then what we had from there is we had consolidation. So the consolidation you got is basically you're not going much higher and you're not going much lower than where you were. And that's why I said SPY's in no man's land. So this range right here, you could pretty much say in between 408.30 and between, what's that, 416? I don't even remember getting a 418. But yeah, call it 408.30 and 417.50. In between that area, we lived in that area. What's this? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday after that last big move. So now SPY's in no man's land, if y'all understand what I'm saying. And if you don't understand, definitely drop a comment and explain and ask the question that you don't understand. I'll explain it as best as I can. But in no man's land, meaning we're not really bearish right here, because to be bearish, we got to lose this level right here, this 408 level, this 408, call it 30, I think it was, around that area. We got to lose that area to really be bullish on bearish on SPY, but we can't really be bearish or bullish on SPY until we bust through this 417.50 area. So right now we kind of in no man's land. When the market is like this, it's very good to be in as little positions as possible until SPY takes a direction, whether that's up or down. So now, with that being said, if I'm looking to be bearish here, I want to lose 408.50. If I'm looking to be bullish here, I want to gain 417.50. And anywhere in between that area, which that's a pretty nice size range, talk about a 2% range right there. Anywhere in between there, I'm not really bullish and I'm not really bearish, which means, again, you want to be in as few positions as possible when the market is like this. When it takes a direction, you take a direction. Until it takes a direction, you kind of want to stay on the sidelines as far as SPY goes. If I look at the weekly, just because I'm curious, SPY actually had a red week, even though it finished higher than the week before. but it started off much higher than it ended. So that's why the week is still technically a red week, even though it's higher than a week prior. But I did just want to check that out real quick. So that's SPY for us. We're going to move on to, let's see here. Now I got to catch up with all these no's out the way. We're going to move on to QQQ and check them out. Who else do I got in here? I got, all right, Mr. Frederick. Welcome in, Fred. Nice to see you, bro. We're going to check out QQQ real quick. And I believe it's probably very similar to SPY. So again, you got the inside day on Friday, you got the run up, and then you got the consolidation. So pretty similar chart right there. And same scenario where you're waiting for QQQ to take a direction before you really can say what you're looking for to happen. Now, that being the case, uh, obviously the levels will be different because they're trading at different numbers. So this Friday candle opened at 309.06. It got as high as 310.47. It got as low as 304.92, and it closed at 306.20. So it closed towards the bottom. Towards the bottom of the day, but not at the very bottom. Now, that being the case, what you're looking for, because again, it's been consolidating as well on QQQ, is you're looking for QQQ to break below that 303 area. If it break, I would even say 302.50. If it break below 302.50, you can get bearish on QQQ. If it does not, then what you want to see is you want to see the break above 315, and that'll allow you to get bullish here. So in this area, again, no man's land is what this is telling me, without it telling me, is that this could be a very choppy week and a very difficult week to trade, because right now we're still stuck in that no man's land. We need to make a move one way or another so the market can have some clarity on if we can jump in puts or if we can jump in calls. Until that happens, we got to see how it goes. I did not mean to do that. I hope I didn't add no moderators. We're also going to check out DBX. I haven't played with them in a minute. They had a nice big bull candle Friday. Reclaimed the 20-day, reclaimed the 50-day, reclaimed the 100-day EMAs. Wondering the next target is the 200-day EMA. Now, that being the case, this candle right here opens at 21.20, got as high as 23.57, got as low as 20.97, and closed at 22.82. So this one closed towards the top, the rare stock that had a strong day on Friday. Nice day for them. What I would be looking for here, the high was 23.57. I would definitely, and that is right below that 200-day EMA. So basically, for me, you can't trade this here as far as calls go. I need this to break over 24. Above 24, I can get bullish here. But also above 24, I got to keep my eyes on that RSI, because the RSI is already at 61, 67. If you see it on my screen right there, that's the RSI. So above 24, I could get interested, but I have to be very careful because of the RSI. I'm not sure if I'll be super interested here. The best move could be to see this thing pull back a little bit, and if it pulls back, maybe you get some calls to ride it back down, puts to ride it back down again. So I see that we got some good support around this 21.50 area. If you want to be aggressive on puts, which I mean, DBX is not a stock I trade a lot, so I would never be aggressive here. But if you wanted to get aggressive on puts, you could jump in below this 21.50 area and see if you can ride it back down to that 20 range. That's very possible. However, if you don't want to do that, if you want to take it more conservatively, then you can wait until it breaks below that 21 area and see if you could get some puts to take it back down to that 20 ranges right there. So below 21.50 if you're aggressive, below 21 if you're aggressive, above 24 if you want calls. Anything in between that area, I would not be messing with Dropbox right now. And like calls above 24, you got to keep your eye on that RSI, because this is not a stock. If you look at the RSI on the screen, this is the RSI line right here. This is not a stock that get really, really overbought a whole lot. It actually never got overbought since at least September or what was that? Of 2021. So you got to really be careful with that. Actually, not even September. That would be August because this is September right here. So at least since August of 2021, late August of 2021, this thing has not been overbought. So you got to be careful with that. On the flip side, that's DDX. We're going to move on and we're going to check out AI. And I see I got a couple new people just chimed in. If you hear and you're curious about a stock, drop your stock in the comments. I will chart your stock as soon as I can. Absolute Boss Collective. Peace, my brother. Glad to see you drop in on me. Definitely, drop your stocks. Anybody that's interested in me charting the stock, drop your stock. I'll chart it as soon as I can. I got to get through Pam stocks and kind of get caught up a little bit, and then I'll definitely be with y'all though. Glad y'all checking me out. Glad y'all want to learn. That's what Sundays is for, so we can be ready for the week to come. Now, looking at AI, I will again tell y'all, sort of like DBX, this is a stock I don't trade a lot. However, it doesn't mean it, you can't make money here. The first thing I see without even, like, you don't have to be a chart genius to see certain things. Just looking at this chart, you only got to know the bare minimum, right? So I know that this finished at 1984, it looks like. I know I can't trade this unless it breaks 20. And I'm going to draw a line here just for y'all to see this, right? So boom. This 20 line, this line that I just drew, is pretty much like an area of support or an area of resistance. Is both. You got some support right here, boom. You got some resistance right here when you broke support. Then you came through and broke that area, and when you broke that resistance, you made it support again. When you break through resistance, the resistance then essentially turns into support. For those that don't know, so when you break it, you hold it all this time, you come through, you lose it again. When you lose it, now that support that you lost becomes resistance. The same way the resistance becomes support when you break it. When you lose the support, is now resistance. So I see this as playing with this 20 area. So I know calls is absolutely out of the question until this is over 20. Over 20, you can maybe jump into calls if you want to trade this stock. I don't want to trade this stock. But if you do, above 20, you can get into it. Now, if this thing reject right here, if this open up any kind of red at all, you could buy puts. Because what it's meaning is that it hit that 20 area or close enough to it, 1985. It hit that 20 area and rejected. So if this opened up at 1984, hypothetically speaking, well, it closed at 1984. If this opened at 1983, hypothetically speaking, you could buy puts. I'm not saying that I would do that because this is not a stock I trade, but you hypothetically could, and it would make sense via the chart because I got heavy resistance at this area, and we opened up red. So we got there, and we rejected. Now, if this opens up at 1986, that don't mean buy a call. You still got to wait till you break that 20 area. But if this opens up even a little bit red, you could definitely jump into puts and make money on puts here if this is a stock you want to trade. Hopefully y'all understand that. Novavax, we're going to check out. Let's pull them up real quick and see what they got for us. Novavax. Make sure, oh, sorry about that. Make sure I don't got no questions here, comments or concerns. All right, cool. We all good. So pulling up Novavax. Novavax has an ugly, ugly, ugly chart. Open this thing up, and you'll see this big red candle right here, guys. Gap down on the bad news they had. This candle opened up at 50.50. It got as high as 50.60. It got as low as 41.10. And it closed at 44.76. So it closed towards the bottom, but not completely off the bottom here. Now, what I would be looking for here, if you were looking for a Novavax bounce at all, I would play this extremely aggressive. Word to the wise, I'm not looking for a Novavax bounce right here. To me, this is almost untradeable. But if you're looking for a Novavax bounce right here, what I would be looking for, it closed at 44.76. I would catch this above 45. And essentially what you will be banking on when you do that is you will be banking on saying that the catalyst that dropped this on Friday, which was something with the FDA and one of their drugs, I forget exactly what it was, but you'd be saying that the catalyst that this dropped off of was an overreaction and that is going to bounce back. So if you feel that way above 45, you can get in Novavax calls and kind of ride it back up to that 50 area again. And the $5 move is a nice move if you're interested in that. Or you could kind of be where I'm at with it, which is I would like to trade Novavax, but I would like to trade it down. And for me to trade it down, I needed to break below that 41 area that it already hit. So below 41.40, 41.10, you could jump in puts. I am interested in that. You guys already know if you've been here, I like to set my alerts so I can know what's going on. So I'm going to set an alert on Novavax for below 41. Below 41, I'm very interested. As far as being bullish on Novavax, I'm not with that at all right now. So I'm gonna stay out of the way of that. Get rid of some of these alerts. For those of you who new here, I'm not sure if I got any newbies here. I haven't seen any new names yet. I chart on FinViz. FinViz allows you to set up alerts. It's a great, great, great tool to have. Great resource. It just helps you watch a lot of stocks at one time, which me, you know, trading stocks. I need to watch a lot of stocks at one time. I'm not the There's some traders that trade, a small handful of set stocks, and that's great. If it works for you, please, by all means. And then there's some traders who like to trade anything that's moving. Me, I like to trade anything that's moving. So I like as many alerts set as possible. Doesn't mean I'm automatically jumping it, but I at least like to know what's going on. That's Novavax. We're also going to check out NVDA. And let's pull them up. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. All right, so checking out NVDA. This did pretty much like SPY and QQQ did. We hit our bottom, right? And then we came up. And after we came up, we kind of consolidated. And then we finished off with the inside day Friday. So that's pretty much what that is. Now, this candle right here, before I even zoom in, opens at 190.82, 190.80. It got it as high as 193.32. It got as low as 185.22, and it closed at 187.20. So it closed towards the bottom, but not at the very bottom. What I'll be looking for here out of NVDA is very, very simple. I need NVDA to break below that 181 area. It's pretty much been in that area. It's been inside the whole week. You break below 181, I can get bearish here. You break above 196, I can get bullish here. Because I like NVDA and I like the chance that it does make one of those moves, I'll set an alert both ways on that. Above 196, I'm interested in calls. Below 181, I'm possibly interested in puts. And I'll set that alert because NVDA is definitely a stock that I like to trade. It's definitely a stock that will make you some money. One of the things about me, again, I'm not sure if I got new people here or not, is I like to trade stocks that have good volume, good movement on it. And that being the case, a stock like NVDA is going to move good. Whether it's moving up or down, it's going to move good. It's going to be a nice difference between a high and a low on that given stock, which is why I'm interested. Moving on to A, B, and B. Pull that one up. And again, a lot of these stocks, because remember, most of these stocks are in SPY, they're in QQQ. So a lot of these stocks are going to mirror how SPY and QQQ move. And that's why I always say to you guys to chart SPY, QQQ, DIA, and IWM every day. Because what's going to happen is the stocks we trading are inside those four indices. So you can kind of cheat, if you want to call it that, and get an idea of if stocks are going to be bullish or bearish without even looking at the stock, just because you looked at SPY or you looked at QQQ or you looked at DIA or you looked at IWM. So now I know if SPY is bearish, more than likely a stock that's inside SPY is going to be bearish. Of course, there's always an outlier, but that's kind of sort of how it go. Now, in this instance, SPY was inside. So a lot of these stocks we're going to look at is going to be inside. They're going to be choppy. They're going to be consolidating because that's what SPY was doing. So it's kind of funny how that works out. But I just thought that'd be a good opportunity to remind you guys. This is why this right here, NVIDIA and A, B, and B, being the same as SPY and QQQ, is the exact reason why I tell y'all to chart the big four stocks every day. Because if you chart them, it's almost like you charting all the stocks at one time, even though you're not, obviously. But it's almost like you're doing that same exact thing because now you have an idea of what could possibly happen before you even get to the chart. Now, That said, A, B, and B opened at 118.11. It got as high as 121.50. It got as low as 117.56. And it closed at 119.83. So it did close green on this given day. Obviously, most of the market did. So strong day for A, B, and B. Now, if you want to jump in calls right here, for me, what I would need is I need A, B, and B above 123. Above 123, I can maybe get bullish right here. If I can't break 123, I'm not much interested in calls. However, if I'm looking to the downside, I need 114. I need to break lower than 114 on the downside, and I could jump into some puts. So again, this is a stock I trade. I like to set alerts on those type of stocks. Above 123, calls. Below 114, puts. And you're gonna hear me say this a million times. I'm gonna be like a broken record. Not sure if I got new members here or not, or new viewers, should I say, here or not. But when I set an alert, you're more than welcome to write the alert down and to use the alert for your references during the week. However, I'm not saying that I guarantee that I'm jumping into play at this alert. It's just essentially a reminder to me that this could be a play I would jump in at this level. It's not saying I'm guaranteed to get into it. It's just a reminder, hey, this stock is at this level. Check it out and see if you're interested in it. And that's really all that is. But I definitely encourage you, especially if you're not familiar with charting on your own, I definitely encourage you to write these levels down and to use them as a reference. You could even if you don't jump into these plays, because again, I'm not saying jump into the plays, but you could see, all right, A, B, and B hit 114. What did it do after it hit 114? Or A, B, and B hit 123. What happened after it hit 123? Did it go to the next level, or did it hit 123 and reject back down? So this way, you'll start to gain a little more confidence. And when you see these live sessions with me, you'll start to gain a little more confidence in if I indeed do know what I'm talking about. Now, I know what I'm talking about, but the goal is I want you to know that I know what I'm talking about. So definitely write some of these levels down. If they are money-making opportunities, that's great. And if they're not money-making opportunities, but they're learning opportunities, that's great, because I'm all for people learning. So that's definitely something that I want y'all to keep in mind. We're going to check out Tesla, one of my favorites. Y'all know I love trading me some Tesla. Tesla did me dirty last week, though. I wanted it to moon, and it did not. So yeah, Tesla last week again. Looked like we hit our bottom. We came up, and I can't even say this one completely consolidated, because this one, the bottom fell out of it a little bit on Friday. Now, if I was to be bullish somewhere, bearish somewhere, Tesla could be something that I would be leaning towards bearish on. A, B, and B, I'm really moderate there. Nvidia, I'm really moderate there. Tesla, the bottom fell out of it a little bit, and when I say that, I mean, like, you see, if I put that line here, I always like putting this line here just because it's easy for y'all visually as opposed to my mouse. If I put that line here, you'll see, like, we started the week here and then we finished the week down here. So it didn't really consolidate. It got lower. A lot of the stocks finished inside on Friday. Now, Tesla finishing lower, there's a few ways to look at this. Now, you could look at Tesla. First of all, this Friday candle opened at 729.40, got as high as 743.39, got as low as 725, and closed at 703.55. Now, the one thing I will tell you guys about Tesla and how you can play this stock is, if it reclaims this line right here, which looks like it's around 721, if you want to be aggressive here, which I may or may not, depending on, what the day is like. If you want to be aggressive here, if Tesla reclaims 721 area, you could say, all right, we got that area back. We're bullish again. And you could jump in calls right there at 721. If you want to be conservative, you could definitely wait to the top of that candle, which is 743.39. And once you claim that area, that's when you would get your calls. Now, that being the case, if you were looking for this thing to be bearish, you wanted to lose 700. Below 700, you could definitely be bearish here. I'm going to set my alerts on Tesla calls and puts so you guys can see what I'm doing. But again, if you want to be a little bit aggressive, you could cheat and catch that 721 area and say that makes you bullish again. Now that we got that support area back. And if you did that, I don't know that it's a bad move. I wouldn't say that it's a bad move. It's aggressive. And I'm not sure if the market climate overall is the market for aggression. But if you are an aggressive person, it's definitely a move to make. Um, and full disclosure, I always tell you guys about my personal plays I had. The reason why I said I'm upset with Tesla, I had some personal Tesla calls. I did not put these in tier 3. I did not put these in the options group chat. And Tesla and those personal Tesla calls definitely did me in last week. So that was definitely an L. But it is what it is. I mean, one thing I would never do, I would never claim to be perfect because I know I'm not that. But more times than not, I do pretty good. So I'm comfortable with that. But I definitely just set those Tesla alerts. I'm going to save those in. And for the record, I didn't go with the aggressive 721. I went with the 743. And what I may or may not do, I'm not saying I will, I'm not saying I won't, is I may jump into some personal Tesla calls if it gets to that 721 area, depending on how the market is looking, of course. So not saying that I'm definitely going to do it. And then we're going to check out NVIDIA, which we did. She actually put NVIDIA twice. So those are the stocks that Pam asked us. Definitely hope y'all got something from that. Let's check that out. We're going to start over. Although I noticed you be asking about Melly. I hope you're getting that Melly money because they definitely be making moves that you can eat off of, up and down. So I hope you've been eating off of them, Bug. But checking out Melly again, same as SPY and QQQ. Bottom, come up, consolidate inside on Friday. It's like, if you see one stock, you see them all because they all look very similar right now. But looking at Melly, 815.19 was the open, 826.15 was the high, 787.62 was the low, 788.90 was the close. If I'm looking to be aggressive here, which I'm not, well, if I was looking to trade Melly, I'll say that. If I was looking to trade Melly, I need Melly above 838. Above 838, I can get aggressive here on some calls. And if I'm looking to the downside below 787, I can look at some puts. Now, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for somebody to ask me, how am I knowing what number to jump in at? Nobody's asked me that yet. And I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to wait until somebody asks me. Because I know there's, a few people here. I know not everybody know how I'm finding the numbers. I'm sure some of y'all know because y'all been with me for a minute. But I'm waiting for somebody to ask me that so I can explain. But for now, 838 will be calls and 787 below that will be puts. And I'll set those alerts. Excuse me. For Melly so we can be prepared. And Melly can possibly make us some money. But I definitely, like I said, hope is making you some bread because you definitely ask about this John weekly. And there's definitely nothing wrong with that. We're going to check out mRNA. I kind of sort of already think I know what mRNA is, but I got to show you guys because y'all asking about it. And I'm absolutely correct. So if you look at this chart, this is mRNA, guys. This is right here. And if you look, Doji, 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 sort of something similar to a Doji. Same thing. Doji, Doji. You get what I'm saying with this? Doji. You get what I'm saying by now? What I'm saying is don't look at this stock. Don't trade it. It's not worth it right now. Wake me up when this thing breaks up over 150 or breaks down below 130. Other than that, forget mRNA exists. It's not worth it right now. And because I know that, which I kind of thought, but I just wanted to show y'all, because I know that, I'm not even going to chart it out fully. And you guys know, Bud, you in the options group, and you've been with me for a while. You know how much I traded mRNA. So it's not even like I'm partial against the stock. I love buying calls on this stock. I love buying puts on it. But the thing ain't moving. So I'm not even going to waste my time. I will take a quick swig of my juice because my voice is getting scratchy. There we go. And we're going to check out Google. Bud asked about Google. After that, I don't have bus driver uppercut checked in. What's up, good brother? No, I did not do Apple. I will do Apple after I do Google. And if y'all got any more stocks, uh if y'all got any more stocks, you could definitely drop the questions and I'll answer. And if you don't got any more stocks, I'll jump into my own stuff. So that's where we at with that. But jumping over to Google real quick. Google, pulling it up. Same as SPY, same as QQQ. If I had a nickel every time I said that today, I'd be close to buying myself Arizona iced tea. Arizona, about the only thing that inflation has not affected. But looking at looking over here, you got your bottom, you got your meticulous move up, and then you got your consolidation followed by your inside day to finish things off. So that's how that went. Google 2321 0.25 at the open, 2326.43 being a high, 2270.37 being a low, and 2290.82 being a close. So it closed red and it closed towards the bottom, but not exactly at the bottom. What I'll be looking at on Google right here is I'm looking at getting over 2358. Above 2358, I can maybe jump into some calls right here and make some money. However, if I'm looking to the downside, I need to lose 2265 to get into the downside. 2358, 2265 is going to be your areas that you should look at if you're trading Google. And right here, I mean, the way that these stocks look right now, like nothing looks exciting right now. And that's definitely not fun. When I say 2265, I think I said. I believe I said 2265. I'm gonna double check it anyway when the alert go off, if the alert go off. But I think I said 2265. But right now, again, none of this is looking a real quiet type of week. We'll see how that goes. Bus driver uppercut asked about Apple, so we're gonna pull them up. Pam asked about Amazon, so we're gonna pull Amazon up. Uh, let's see. And Pam asked, how did I get those levels on Tesla? So I'll go back to Tesla and I'll re-explain what I saw there. But pulling up Apple, bus driver uppercut, this one is kind of set up like Tesla, where unlike some of the other stocks, it didn't get to the point of the bottom to come up and then to consolidate. It was the bottom to come up and then the pullback. So Apple ended up kind of bearish looking. But if you look at that Friday chart, it opened at 146.80, that Friday candle. Opened at 146.80. It got as high as 148.97. It got as low as 144.46, and it closed at 145.38 towards the bottom. What needs to happen here is this thing needs to break up over, what's that? For me, I couldn't touch it unless it broke 150. If it broke 150, then you could jump in and see if you could break through 152. Because we had a little bit of a tough time getting through that 152 area last week. If you were aggressive, which again I could be aggressive on Apple, then you will wait for 150 and see if that'll take you through 152. If you want to be conservative, then I will wait for 152 right here on Apple. If you want to be bearish, anything below 144 is put city, because this thing is already pulling back, so it already got the negative momentum. If you get some more negative momentum, you could definitely ride this down. I'm gonna meet myself in the middle and say 151 on that or on that upside. But to the downside, definitely anything below 144 is put city if you want some, if the opportunity presents itself. So we'll put Amazon right there. I mean Apple right there. Now Amazon, I don't even know if I can chart Amazon because of the split. And yeah, so we haven't even updated with the new numbers yet. I think it's going to be pretty tough to chart Amazon because the split is going to give us new numbers. Once we get those new numbers established and you don't got to do a whole bunch of math while you're trying to chart it out, it'll be a lot easier to chart Amazon. For now, I'm going to skip out on charting that just because the numbers haven't updated. I guess they'll do that sometime tomorrow, pre-market. Now, that said, if anybody got any other stocks, you can definitely drop it. I'll chart it. If not, I'm going to start going through my watch list and charting a few stocks. This session is definitely, I guess, because it's a Sunday, a little quieter than the last session I had. So it is what it is. But let's see here. I'm going to go over. I already know I need to chart DIA and IWM, so I'm gonna chart DIA and IWM and see where we at from there. Pulling up DIA, that chart very similar to SPY QQQ, guys. We hit our bottom, meticulously move up, we consolidate, we inside. So when I see this again, what I'm doing is I'm already mentally telling myself that this week is going to be, especially Monday. We'll see how the rest of the week go. But Monday especially is not going to be an aggressive day, up or down, because we got to break through a level first. And when you break through the level, then you got to hope you get some continued momentum. Now, I don't care if we break through up or down. I'd rather us break through up. It's more fun, I guess, per se. But I don't really care if we break through up or down. I just want us to break through. When we're inside on SPY, inside on QQQ, inside on DIA, it's not a fun thing. It's not a fun thing at all. So we'll see. But we got the inside level open at 329.76. Got as high as 331.73, got as low as 328.73, and closed at 329.35. So it closed. What's popping up? McAfee wants to scan. McAfee can do that in a little bit. I should have said remind me later, but whatever. And it closed at 329.35. So it closed towards the bottom. It just finished just a little bit red on this day, not like the others, which finished a little more red. So relative to SPY and QQQ, there is some strength on DIA. What I'll be looking for out of DIA though, if I want to get bullish, is I need 333 here. And if I want to get bullish, I need to lose 325. So for now, again, I'm just on the sideline. I can't trade this. And then of course you got IWM, and that'll be the last of the big four. You guys always got to chart the big four. Um, and if I pull up IWM, same thing. You get your bottom, you get your run up, and then you get your consolidation, and then you get your inside. And your inside on this one is a doji. And when I look at this doji candle, you open at 127.28, you get as high as 187.96, you get as low as 185.79, and you close at 187.06. So you close a tiny bit red, but nothing seriously. And it's another inside day. If you're looking for this thing to get bullish at this level, you need it to break. Might as well say 190 because you're right here at this 190 level. So you can't get aggressive on this until it breaks 190. And if you're looking for it to get bearish at all, then you need it to break below 181.77, call it 181.50. Below 181.50, and you can get bearish right there. But it's definitely not. It's definitely on the inside. It's definitely on the inside area. Juice break. So that's what we looking like on a big four. Um, I'm going to start going down my watch list. If y'all got any stocks, well, any more stocks, the ones of y'all that's here, y'all done already gave me a good amount of stocks. But if y'all got any stocks, you could drop it on the watch list. I mean, in the comments. If not, I'll chart some stuff in my watch list and see what plays are interesting to me. One that is interesting to me, ironically, because I talked talked some trash about it last week, is PayPal. Relative to the market, PayPal was actually not awful last week. Now, we did have that consolidation, as you see, but the consolidation kind of finished sort of towards the top as opposed to towards the bottom. So that last candle right there on PayPal opened at 186. I'm tripping. It opened at 86.68. It got as high as 88.10. It got as low as 85.70, and it closed at 86.53. So it closed red, but it closed on the higher end of this choppy scale as opposed to the lower end of the choppy scale, like most of the stocks we looked at. Now, that being the case, Let me see here. That being the case, what we would be looking for is I would like it above this 89 area. And if you're above that 89 area, you right at 90. And if you right at 90, you may as well play it safe and break through this 90 area. And you see, if you look at early May, where my chart is in late April, you can see how that 90 area is key. So from here, you might want to just go ahead and wait out that 90 area before you get in. And I would definitely suggest that because PayPal is not a name I'm very bullish on at the moment, but the numbers is the numbers. It was strong last week comparative to what other stocks did. But for me to really get behind it, I need 90 and above. Below that, just kind of stay out the way. So that's what PayPal looks like right there. Let's see what else I got on my watch list I'm interested in. Scroll down, and I can tell y'all this might wind up being one of the shortest lives I've done because this one seemed a little bit quiet as far as the amount of people that I normally would have. We'll check out SE, and I might even let this be my last one. Honestly, I could the rest of my chart, and I might just do on my solo later tonight because it don't seem like we got a lot going on right now. But if you look at SE right here, this candle opens at 80.73. It got as high as 82.20. It got as low as 78.31, and it closed at 78.76. So it closed red, closed that towards the very bottom. Tough day for SE. Now, what I would be looking for right here is I'll be looking for SE to break below any recent lows that it may have had, which that was 77.65. So below 77.50, I'll be interested in puts right here and see if I can take this thing down a little bit. I'm not much interested in SE calls at this time, just because how it's been trading. But if I were above 84, it could get me interested. Other than that, I say below 77.50 and above 84 is levels that I'll be interested in on SE. 84 and 77.50. Those are levels I'll be looking for. Now, that said, guys, like I said, this live was kind of sort of quiet today. Bug just chimed in with Nike. So we're definitely going to chart Nike up, but we're probably going to be wrapping this thing up. This joint was way more quiet than last week's live. I guess because I did it on a Sunday. But I typically try to do my lives on Sundays to get us ready for the week. But I guess doing it on the work, during the trade week, I guess I got a little more activity that one. Looking at Nike, you hit your bottom, and then you came up, and this one actually did pretty good. I can't even really say consolidated. Nike traded strongly. It did have the inside day on Friday, but that was most stocks as we have seen. You either had an inside day or you had a red day. I think we had one stock that finished like a little bit green. I forget which stock that was. Might have been DBX. But other than that, everything was either inside or red on Friday. Inside day for Nike, opened at 120.61, got as high as 122.54, got as low as 120, and it closed at 120.95. So it closed a little bit green. Nice job, but definitely an inside day. What we would need on Nike is we need Nike above 124. And if we can't get that, Nike below 119 could be put scenario as well. So above 124, below 119, I'll actually alert those because Nike could be an interesting play. And that's what that would look like right there. Let me just set that up. Boom. So yeah, guys, I didn't even gonna hold y'all. This joint is way, way dry for me. And that's no fault of nobody's because the ones that's here, y'all super interactive. But I guess I was expecting a couple more people than what showed up based off of last week. So that said, I'm definitely gonna let y'all guys go. I'm about to go play with the girls, do my dad thing real quick. I'm definitely gonna let y'all guys go. We'll wrap in the group chat or tier 3. You already know where I'm at. If you don't know about the group chat or tier 3, definitely hit me up on social media. Guys, you can always be a boss with the options boss. You already know I'm a holler when I holler.